Welcome to Animedia Chronicles, where we dive deep into the captivating worlds of anime, dissecting stories, unraveling characters, and sharing our passion for all things animated. Today, we're concluding our in-depth review of the action-packed, adventurous, and captivating anime, The Dungeon of Black Company. The demon was on its way to the second floor of the dungeon, scaring the miners. A few moments later, Nomiya learned that Rim still hadn't been found. Meanwhile, Wannabe was happy that his best friend was unharmed. Nomiya's plan began. He had set up a trap and immediately ordered his ant friends to pour cement into the hole. Additionally, Shia cast a spell to dry the cement. Unfortunately, Nomiya's trap didn't work, so he initiated the next plan. He told Shia to rest and revealed that he planned to use her as bait. Following this, the demon was lured to the next trap. Shia pointed out that an ordinary trap wouldn't work. Nomiya then ordered his ants to start their mission. At that moment, the demon fell into a large hole filled with monster oil. Nomiya then used fire to ignite the oil, burning the demon. Enraged, the demon blasted Nomiya with laser beams. Shio was able to save him in the nick of time, but she planned to sacrifice her life to defeat the demon. However, Nomiya interrupted her, telling her to stop talking such nonsense. Suddenly, he revealed that he knew about her father's story. Confused, Shia asked why she would sacrifice her life for the Raha company. Suddenly, Nomiya grabbed Shia's breast in a completely inappropriate manner. He was punished for this afterward. After he used his R's suddenly, Nomiya grabbed Shia's breast in a completely inappropriate manner. He was punished for this afterward. After he used his skill, he told Shia she couldn't just throw her life away. Nomiya, knowing what a woman wanted to hear, proved he had infinite riz. He told Shia to choose her own path, and she finally understood why her father left her. A few moments later, Nomiya initiated his third plan to weaken the demon and make the fight easier for Shia. Happy to have Nomiya at her side, Shia attacked the demon with a powerful sword strike, knocking it out. Nomiya thought they had won, but the demon wasn't dead yet. Just in time, Rim appeared and saved him. However, Rim declared Nomiya as her food and launched an attack. Rim defeated the powerful demon with a single blow, shocking Nomiya. After the fight, he thanked Rim and promised to buy her delicious food. However, Rim mentioned that the demon wasn't complete, leaving Nomiya confused. Moments later, Nomiya activated a red glowing button and fell into a black hole again. He woke up in his home, surprised to be back in Japan. Overjoyed, he thought it had all been a dream. While watching TV, he saw Rim on the news, leaving him confused. Reporters were looking for him, claiming he was responsible for something. Suddenly, Rim showed up at his apartment, saying she was hungry. Then, he woke up from his nightmare, only to find Rim nibbling on his leg. A cute girl then asked Nomiya if he could save her world. Remembering activating the button in the dungeon, he wanted an explanation. The girl, having forgotten her lines, consulted a book of prophecies. A few seconds later, she tried asking him for help again. Impatient with her attempts to change the subject, Nomiya asked Rim to scare the girl. Rim destroyed a wall, revealing a shocking sight beyond. Zazel informed Nomiya that a big company was responsible for the world's end. This company enslaved its employees, weakening humanity and allowing demons to take over. The remaining humans escaped underground and discovered a gate that was supposed to summon a savior named Nomiya Lord Messiah. They hoped he would save their world. Nomiya, however, wasn't interested in saving a bunch of losers. Zazel tried to convince him, but Nomiya refused, claiming he didn't have time for it. Zazel then threatened him with a pistol, forcing him to defeat the Demon Lord in exchange for returning to Japan. Motivated by going back to Japan, Nomiya agreed to save their world. Ranga planned to accompany him, but Nomiya thought they were a burden. He then noticed Ranga was a guy, and Zazel explained why a boy became the priestess. Ranga, identifying as a girl, tried to seduce Nomiya. Nomiya said he didn't mind Ranga's hobby of dressing up as a girl, but shouldn't get on his nerves. He then set off with his team and opened the door to the surface. He realized he was sent to the future of Amira, not another world, and was shocked to discover Raha was responsible for the world's end. Meanwhile, Rin was starving, and Nomiya didn't want to become her food. Arriving at the Demon Lord's castle, he didn't know how to get in without Rim's help. Suddenly, Ranga cast a powerful spell, causing a huge explosion. An angry demon then appeared. Nomiya learned that this building wasn't the Demon Lord's castle. Despite the mistake, Nomiya decided to destroy the castle and ordered Rim to attack. Seconds later, he realized he messed up because Rim was inside the castle looking for food. As a result, Nomiya was caught and taken to the Ant Farm Army Department head office. General Ant, surprised to see humans, recognized Nomiya and introduced himself as Aunt A. Nomiya was shocked to see his friend grown up as a monster and climbing the ranks. A few moments later, Aunt A served Nomiya delicious food. This is how Nomiya learned about the events that happened after his disappearance. Ranga, impressed by Nomiya, asked about his past. Aunt A spoke fondly of their fun adventures together, then admitted that his life wasn't as fun as it used to be. Suddenly, a guy appeared causing trouble. Rim got angry because the guy knocked over the table with their delicious food. Nomiya calmed Rim down and learned that the guy was angry about the working conditions. He didn't want a 9-to-5 job anymore and complained loudly. In response, Nomiya beat the guy up because the working conditions weren't exploitive in the slightest. Following this, Aunt A told Nomiya that they always gave the humans a fair deal, even though they did conquer them. Despite everything, the humans didn't want to work and were constantly complaining. Nomiya wondered why he hadn't asked the Demon Lord for advice, but only the highest-ranking officers were allowed to meet him. Nomiya wanted to help his friend and offered to help Aunt A with his problems. As a result, the name of the castle was changed to Dungeon Black Company of the Future. In the days that followed, he took advantage of the human desires to ensure that everyone enjoyed work again. He became the Demon Lord Army's Deputy Assistant Section Chief. Additionally, he decided to rule the town below the ground. A few weeks later, we see Ranga looking forward to taking a bath. He got into the hot spring and said he felt great afterward. Nomiya then appeared in the secret demon hot spring. Rim jumped into the hot spring without washing first and was lectured by Nomiya. Meanwhile, Ranga was nervous about seeing Nomiya naked. Nomiya then told Ranga that he was becoming a top G so that he could meet the Demon Lord. Meanwhile, some high-ranking members of the Demon Army were secretly watching him. Ru looked down on Nomiya and started insulting the other high-ranking members. He then spat on the ground, which angered Ash. Suddenly, Zach tried to grope Ash's breasts, but she punched him in the face. He asked how they planned to destroy Nomiya, who was a great threat to them and endangered their rank. The following day, Nomiya was on his way to a new job, hunting deserter monsters that had left the Demon Lord's army. We then see Ash waiting for Nomiya to fall into her trap. Suddenly, a monster appeared on the highway, intending to eat Nomiya. She was sure that the powerful monster could easily eliminate him. Unfortunately, her plan failed because Rim defeated the powerful monster with a single punch. Furthermore, the big worm wanted to join Nomiya's team, making him even stronger. Meanwhile, Ash became angry and injured herself in an accident. Next, Grandpa Ru excitedly planned to wipe out Nomiya. He then gave Nomiya instructions to turn a desert into a farm, thinking Nomiya would never be able to do the job. However, Nomiya called his new friend to help him. He'd also asked Ranga to cast his magic on a potato. Ru, surprised by the efficiency of the potato farm, fell from his flying monster. After Ru failed, Zach planned to defeat Nomiya. He tried to find information about Nomiya, but nothing existed. Suddenly, he got the idea that Ranga might know Nomiya's weak point. In the evening, Ranga was enjoying a bath. Zach, thinking Ranga was a girl, tried to seduce him to get information about Nomiya. His attempt failed, but he decided to blackmail Ranga and take a photo of him. He learned that Ranga was a boy and wondered if he was into guys. Suddenly, Rim, who was already looking forward to dinner, threw Zach into the sky. Following this, the demons were greeted by Nomiya, who declared that their positions would soon be his. The three demons were angry and had no intention of giving up on wiping out Nomiya. A few moments later, we see Ranga wake up in a strange place. Nomiya had become the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Ranga was then led to the queen, but on the way, he found cute rabbits. These rabbits were forced by their queen to work day and night without rest. Suddenly, they became angry, turned into huge monsters, and chased Ranga. Nomiya led him to a huge hole, and Ranga jumped in, landing in an internet cafe. Nomiya told him to enjoy his time and get some rest. Ranga watched his favorite YouTuber, Recap Senpai, and fell asleep. After waking up, he discovered his only options were to settle in the internet cafe or work for the queen. Suddenly, the queen appeared, and Ranga looked out the window. Bza was the evil queen of this dream, and Nomiya welcomed her. We then learned that Ranga is a descendant of Queen Bza. Ranga didn't want to be a descendant of Bza, who caused the world to collapse. Bza then asked if Ranga remembered how his family was hunted by humans because of their lineage. Bza convinced Ranga that life was hard for him and asked if he wanted to live in this world forever. Ranga knew it was just a nightmare and wanted to wake up, but Bza wouldn't allow it. He asked Nomiya for help. Suddenly, the real Nomiya appeared in the dream and beat up the fake Nomiya. He then woke Ranga up by head-butting him. A few moments later, they discovered the defeated robot. Ranga remembered that they were fighting a robot and had been hit by a laser beam. He then asked Nomiya for advice because he was always running away from his past. Nomiya replied that there's no harm in running away. It can be considered a tactical retreat. He added that it's important to never forget problems and to face them one day. These words cheered Ranga up. He opened the door, and the Demon Lord asked him for the favor of saving the world. After meeting the Demon Lord, he was shocked to see that she looked exactly like Rim. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the vast realms of anime. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more thrilling reviews and discussions. Until next time, keep exploring the boundless wonders of anime with us.